Hey everyone, Chris here from bulletproofitcareer.com, and today we're going to talk about one of the most difficult interview questions. What is your greatest weakness? First, I'm going to tell you why interviewers ask this question, then outline some of the less effective answers. A lot of interview guides will tell you these are the way to go, but trust me, if you want to stay in the running, you'll want to avoid these answers. Then I'm going to give you the Bulletproof Method, the answer guaranteed to make you one of the top candidates in your job search. This is coming from 30 years of experience and a lot of research, so you can be sure we know what we're talking about. Don't worry about taking notes because we've compiled the most important points of this video in an easy-to-read PDF that's available for download at our website, bulletproofitcareer.com. Just click on the link below. And be sure to stick around till the end because we'll be offering a pretty fantastic bonus that's going to make the whole interview process as easy as watching this video. Okay, so why do interviewers ask this question? The main reason is to see how you handle awkward questions in stressful situations. They also want to see if they can pry some negative info about you they might not get if they didn't ask. That's why it's so important to be prepared so you don't get caught off guard. A lot of people think the best way to avoid giving out negative info is to turn the question into a positive. This is the classic, use a weakness that's really a strength technique. And it might sound okay, but it actually doesn't work that well. Here's an example. I get overly enthusiastic on the job. Not only is this an obvious dodge, it'll also annoy the hell out of your interviewers. They'll either ask the question again or roll their eyes and move on to the next candidate. Another common method is the use an irrelevant example technique. An example answer might be, I'm really bad at baking cookies. And you should be able to see why this one doesn't work. I mean, it is a bummer, because who wouldn't want to hire a master cookie baker? But it is another dodge. You're not directly answering their question, and at worst, they'll think you have something to hide. The last commonly used strategy that doesn't actually work is the already corrected weakness technique. And this one might seem pretty good, but it's far from being the best. An example answer might be, I used to be bad at public speaking, but I took some classes and now I'm great at it. Good for you, but this is the most blatant dodge of all. You're not actually answering their question. They didn't ask you what you were good at, they asked you a weakness that you might have. And the most important thing in this process is to always be honest. Okay, now that we've covered the don'ts, let's talk about the best technique, the one that actually gets positive results every time. This is the patented Bulletproof Method. So here it is. Give them an answer they already know from your resume or previous interviews, or one that they're going to find out anyway. Honesty is absolutely key in answering this question, and this technique lets you be honest while addressing a concern that's going to come up anyway. Here's an example. You're interviewing for a tech job, and the requirements for the job are as follows. 5 years of industry experience, a college degree, and 2 years of experience with Oracle SQL, which is a kind of software. You have the degree and the industry experience, but only 8 months using SQL. So that's what you tell them. You don't have all the Oracle experience they want. They already know this from your resume, so there's no harm in telling them. Plus, you're also being honest and straightforward, and you can use your answer to illustrate a positive. Here's an example answer you might give. I noticed you wanted 2 years of Oracle experience, and I've only used it for 8 months. However, I spent that 8 months very intensively in SQL, and I really liked it, so I did a lot of extra study on it. As a matter of fact, at the end of that 8 months, I was the go-to guy for all SQL questions. So I think my 8 months of intense experience is equivalent or greater than what most people would learn in 2 years. See, you've listed an actual weakness, not a dodge, and addressed what you did to overcome it, and also explained how your ostensible weakness is actually something that makes you a better candidate. They would have asked you about your lack of experience anyway, so now you've turned the tables on them. This is the key thing to remember. Your interviewers understand that everyone has weaknesses. What's important is not that you have one, but what you are doing or going to do about it. Using this method, combined with a lot of practice and good preparation, will give you a huge leg up on your competition. If you found this video helpful, I hope you wouldn't mind taking a second to like it. Also tell us if there's anything we can do to improve. We're here to help, and your comments are incredibly important to us. And remember, there's a lot more awesome interview tips, job search resources, and career security pointers on our website, bulletproofitcareer.com. Whether you've been on the job market for years, just entered it, or are considering a career change, we can help you make this daunting process a lot easier. And, as promised, we've got a sweet bonus to offer you, free of charge and no obligations. It's a PDF that provides all the bulletproof answers to the top 10 interview questions, with a detailed explanation of each method and sample answers that you can adapt to your own circumstances. This guide is the result of 30 years of experience on the job market and hours of combing through interview advice, picking out what works and what doesn't. I've used it myself to land great jobs, and let me tell you, it makes the whole process easy and pain-free. I was completely rid of that nervous feeling you get before a big interview. You'll seriously be equipped to deal with the toughest questions like a seasoned pro. So drop by the site and pick up this free PDF. It'll cost you nothing, and it might just land you that dream job.